Good evening, everybody. How's it going? Brad's Life, Dave, Kodiak. How are you guys doing tonight? Thanks for being here. It's Ben's Brick Designs. It's Ben. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you, if you've been here before. I've made a couple people mods in YouTube if you want to post links and stuff. Brad, I think I could make you a mod too. I was going through and looking at the people who were here all the time, and I was like, why not? That way they can just do whatever they need to do and that kind of stuff. So, also, just got a new tattoo. I'm hoping that we can see photos of it on Instagram. I'm going to bring up... I'm going to mute this. Yeah, okay. Kodiak and Brad's Life, you've both got mod powers, so have fun with that. I don't know what to do about that in Twitch. I'm just not all versed up with Twitch yet. So, a couple of things. Nothing really major to talk about. These are the beers I'm drinking tonight. Thirsty Goat. Everybody's had a Thirsty Goat. Also popped open. That's really loud. A Temptress. Just the original Temptress. So I'm excited and probably going to get a little drunk because those Temptresses are high in the ABV. I'm doing an early stream tonight because my kids and their moms, that family is going out of town, and Beth and I are going to be walking dogs the next 4 days, or walking their dog, taking care of their dog and their cat. So, and she needs several walks a day, and we'll be doing that after this, and we didn't want to go too late. So right now Beth is taking a final, so send her all your smart vibes. All right, and let's get into it. So, if you see over my shoulder here, I do have the Cantina. It is smushed really bad on this one side. That was a store issue set. I didn't get it in FedEx or anything like that. They got a box of them at the store like that. Fix that a little bit. And all three of them were smashed like that. So she was like, yep, I can give you VIP points. And I was like, sweet. So I got this that day. I got two of these, one for the kids and their moms. So we're going to build this first. This shouldn't take more than half hour or so. So let's get to it. So how are you all doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm hoping the contents aren't bad. I don't know that any amount of VIP points will make up for the fact that there may be lost or smushed bricks, but Mimi's a nerd. Hey, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything's going well. Greg Dillion 117, you watched the Elden Ring trailer? I don't think I've seen that. Yeah, that doesn't sound familiar at all, but I'm up for it. Let's do this. I'll look it up after the stream. Working on a Bricklink order right now. Sweet. I did see the typewriter. I'm actually quite excited about the typewriter. I wasn't as excited about the piano, but for some reason the sand green of the typewriter and the sort of 70s early electronic typewriter aesthetic really speaks to me. How many points? I got $50 worth of points, which is a lot. I think it was like 6,500 points or something really, really crazy. Because I was looking, and I can't really tell because the lady who worked there said, and this is okay. So this is what we're working on. The lady said, when I called her, she's like, "Well, there's damage." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "How much damage?" She's like, "It's pretty banged up." I'm like, "All right, do you guys?" And I knew they did VIP points, so I was like, "Can you guys do a discount or VIP points?" She was like, "Yeah, we'll do VIP points." So I think it was like $50. It was a lot. Because off that one purchase, I got like 8,700 VIP points. And all I did was buy that. I also got the gift with purchase, the McLaren Speed Racer, which I'm never going to open. So there's a lot of these gift with purchases and poly bags and stuff that I'm probably never going to open. So I may have these as giveaways and stuff like that, because I'm not a speed champion person. And I got a healthy amount of those poly bags of stuff. There is a lot that I want. I skipped the piano because I didn't feel like I just thought it was a little much for me personally. And I think I also just got the Nintendo, so I had to kind of pick. Sorry for all the bags. I should have pre-bagged, opened. But that loses the allure of the box opening. So yeah, we'll do this. This will take just a few minutes, and then we'll pop this guy open. Right? I'm excited about this, but I'll hold this up so you can see. You can see the damage. It got really smushed. It was really banged up, but it's still like the structural integrity is still there. So I'm excited. But yeah, the typewriter looks fun. I like that you click on it and the roll pin moves. It reminds me honestly of the typewriter I learned to type on when I was in middle school. So that's a little bit more of why, because I just like the look. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is build all these fun characters. I can't wait. This is gonna be the best part of this. So we're gonna organize them first. Make sure we got everybody. Yeah, this is going to be exciting. I like this a lot. I remember when this first was seen in the wild, I was like, oh man, that's going to be... Look at that. Look at that hairpiece. That's so great. I'm pretty sure that hairpiece is available elsewhere, but I'm excited. In no particular order. Are the letters on the typewriter printed? Glenn, welcome. Yes, they are, according to sources. I think you were the one who said that there was only one sticker in ideas sets. So, yeah. And it was an older one, right? So this set isn't terribly complicated. Obviously, it's just people and a bunch of simple bricks, but I'm pretty sure the impact of the set itself is larger than anything that could be done with just piece count or design quality or anything like that. I think the design itself is fantastic. But yeah. My first purple. Put over here. Big Bang Theory had a sticker on it. Yeah, and that was one that I didn't get. I didn't get the Big Bang Theory. Didn't get the second Friends apartment either. Mimi, are you talking about the second Friends apartment? Is that the one you got? The two on either side? That hairstyle too. That's super great. You can't see that because it doesn't show up in the really bright light very well, but you'll see it when we get done. Ford Mustang the other day. That's a good one. I do like the Ford Mustang. Did you do the souped out version or did you do the classic version? Make sure we get all the parts. And doing some legs. Need some red legs, some purple legs. Need a purple head. need red legs. Red legs. I need yellow legs. I need a green head. And I think I got everybody. All right. I think more and more sets from Ideas have stickers. I don't remember which ones. Yeah, there's a bunch on the Sesame Street one that had ideas, like the TV set, some of the pictures, the big tile on the side, the construction tile, some of the paintings and whatnot. I'm just looking at it right now. So you mixed and mashed it. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so there's your purple with sort of a beehive hairdo. Shows up as a little more indigo on the camera, but oh, come on, focus. There we go. Nice. This is definitely going to be a display piece. Voltron had stickers, that's true. Yeah, they had the number. The only ones they had were the numbers, denoting which lions were which. I think that was it. So hopefully going 2 hours tonight. Since I'm starting earlier, we'll give it another half hour. I always like this hair. I always think of this hair as the Obi-Wan Kenobi hair with the part on the side. Interesting that they got that in blue now. I think that's kind of fantastic. Yeah, the camera is weird. I may have to do a color correction on it. The purple looks... So let's do the purple next to the blue and see what happens. I don't think I've ever done a color calibration. I don't know if that's something you can do, but I mean, this should be like a natural blue, and this should be like just a very regular royal purple, but it looks like a light or like a powder blue and an indigo. That's really interesting. And here's just a regular pink, which looks like a light pink next to that. Yeah, it's not reflecting the same things I'm seeing in real life. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I'm loving the new tan France. Hey, Justin. Friends, this is Justin's first time here. He is a fellow Tech Slug member. Which one is your sig fig hair? The blue one with the big swoopy? The big pompadour on the front? That's so great. It looks like, and I don't know anything about Queer Eye, but it's that dude with the big... Is it Tan France? Is that his name? Because, yeah, it's like exactly his hair. It's pretty rad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can do a color calibration, but I don't know if I can do that for webcams. So we'll see. So there's all your figures. Very excited about that. That's so super cool. And now we'll get to starting with the display, which shouldn't take us any time at all. I don't know if it was you, Justin, that I saw the meme of which has him with the blue figure and him on it. I hope he appreciates it, because I think that's if you could get the gray with the big white shock in the middle of it, I bet he'd love that. Get his own sig fig. All of them. I'm sure all of them would love getting their own sig figs. They seem like gentlemanly chaps, as it were. Amenable folk. Not to be confused with Queer as Folk. Which I think that was Hal Sparks. Some other people. Yeah, it was great. It's like day of, everyone's like, that hairpiece looks real familiar. Know what I'm saying? Okay, black. I'm just gonna do as is, but of course you could probably do any color in any order that you want. Oh, I can already tell I might be skipping this song. Gonna bass drop and then go brap, brap, brap. Yeah. I just... Maybe on a drive somewhere, maybe in the car in a hot summer afternoon, but not when I'm chilling with my Lego people. So the reason I know that about Queer Eye, Justin, is that, or Queer as Folk, I never watched the show. I remember when it was around. I think I tried watching it when it came out originally, and I don't know why. But then Beth and I got together, and Beth is from Kentucky, and Hal Sparks is from Kentucky. So we went to see Hal Sparks. He was here in Austin a few years ago, and she's like, we have to go see his show. I'm like, okay. So we went to Cap City and saw the show, and it was in, I don't know if you've been to Cap City, but it's it's got 2 rooms. It's got a front room that does like weeknights and early shows, and then the big room is like the headliners on like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And so this was like a Wednesday or Thursday, and he was doing the front room, and that was the only show. Because he's not huge, but he's kind of a TV star versus just a stand-up comic. But he's at heart a stand-up comic. That's what he does. He writes and he does comedy. So it was actually kind of weird that he was in this show. So anyway, we go, and he starts in with his, I grew up in Kentucky and, blah, blah, blah. And as soon as he said that, Beth goes, woo, because she forgets sometimes that she's no longer in Kentucky. She's in Austin, Texas now. And nobody else cheers, and the room has maybe 20 people in it, 20, 30 people. So she's like, woo, and then it's kind of like, eh. And he looks right at her and goes, really? And she's like, yeah. And he says, well, what part? She's like, Western Kentucky. He's like, oh, like near Murray, which is where she went to school. And she goes, yeah, that's where I went to school. And he's like, oh, do you know Sparks Hall? And she goes, yeah, that's where I registered for my classes. He's like, that's named after my uncle. And we're all like, what? So of course, every joke from then on, when he was talking about his hometown, anything weird that happened in the city, he would kind of look at Beth and go, you know what I'm talking about, right? She's like, yep. So we kind of got to talk to him a little bit after the show and everything. So it was pretty cool. But now, like, it's burned into my memory. I'm like, oh, that's right. He was in Queer as Folk. So never not going to forget that. She still watches she like loves him. Watches his daily streams and stuff, and it's pretty cool. He's a nice guy too, super nice. So there you go. Yeah, that was a good time. I'm not a big fan of meeting people after their set, comics usually, and I would go to a lot of stand-up. At one point, I thought I might want to do stand-up, but I realized that I'm pretty okay being in a group of friends and being kind of a cut-up, but I am not a writer. If I had to come up with material, that's where I'd fall down, is because I'm like, it's not about being funny, that's part of it, but it's also about being able to write. They are coming back. Yes, they closed down. I was very sad. I mean, we saw Hannibal Buress there and Michelle Wolf and I don't like her as much, but she's like, now I can't remember her name. She's like the high-pitched, squeaky lady with the blonde hair who's on like the Target commercials, and I forget her name. Maria Bamford. She's the anxiety mosquito on Big Mouth. Saw her. Who else? I think that was probably the bigger of the names that we saw there. But I was super sad when it closed. But I heard they're coming back, so that's good. Okay, enjoy the show. Thanks for coming by. Hope to see you again soon. Love Victor. I've never heard of that. I'll have to go check it out. I am still just binging Star Trek Enterprise. I burned through the rest of Castlevania. Man, did I enjoy the crap out of that show. So good. It was just, it knew exactly what it was. It's like, we're going to fight some vampires, and there's going to be blood and guts and lots of gore, and I'm like, I'm here for it. Let's do this. It was a lot of fun. So that was good. I still have to go watch Love, Sex, and Robots. Love, Death, and Robots. Forget what the title is, but I heard it wasn't as good as the first season, but I'm still gonna watch it because it's kind of a good place to see some showcased animation and stuff. Did you watch Loki yet? Yes, I did. I realize that we're not within the 2 weeks of spoiler kind of area embargo because it just came out yesterday, but I enjoyed it a lot. I like the aesthetic. I love the music. The music was so good. I hadn't been blown away by music like that since Annihilation. Just really good, really unique and weird. Like it was all done. It was like Moog synthesizers and theremins, and it's just so great. Love, Victor is a Hulu show. Came out. It's a success of movie Love, Simon, which is basically the Becky Albertalli book. Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda. Okay. Well, I'm intrigued. Now I'm going to go check it out. Invites YT people over to Twitch where they are not at all. What? Where they're not at all. Restream bot. Oh. There's nobody on Twitch, Glenn. There's never anybody on Twitch. Thank you for the reminder. I don't mind where people view from. Since I'm not trying to monetize this at all, really. I'm just doing it because I like it. But, yeah. If you have Twitch... The problem with Twitch, too, and I've made some changes so it shouldn't be as bad, but, like, the quality is not as good as YouTube. There's a lot of service interruptions and stuff, so... Yes, Love, Death, and Robots. Cool. Yeah, and it was... So Loki was very entertaining because I liked how it really leaned into the if you liked the part of Thor Dark World, I think it was Thor Dark World, maybe, where Loki is imprisoned and he sends the ice giants a certain way to go kill people, and they end up killing his mom. If you like that sort of, he's still a bad guy, but you can see like some of the veneer dropping, and he's like, well, maybe he's a little more compassionate than we think. Then I think you'll like this show. Plus, it's got Owen Wilson kind of being Owen Wilson-y, you know, just kind of like, yeah, oh, I know you're a bad guy, I get it, yeah. But the whole 70s analog technology aesthetic and the soundtrack and the acting was a lot of fun from some of the smaller bit characters. One of which was, if you saw A Good Place, where the clerk, and I forget his name in the show, but the clerk with the cart and the infinity stones in the drawer and all that, he was in A Good Place. He was Jason's friend from Tampa or Miami or whatever, from Florida, from Jacksonville. That's what it was, Jacksonville. And I forget his friend's name, but he always called him, my friend so-and-so who did this in Jacksonville. We'd always do that. Oh, this is so satisfying. My goodness. So satisfying. And yeah, it takes about 30 minutes to do. Yeah, the TV shows have been good. I know that a lot of people really didn't like this, and they weren't huge fans of Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter Soldier. I do like that WandaVision was its own kind of show. Like, it was very sitcom-y. It was sitcom-oriented. Falcon Winter Soldier was sort of a political intrigue, buddy cop kind of thing. Not really buddy cop, but very political intrigue with, you know, two guys that didn't like each other very much at the beginning. And this one seems to be a lot of, like, just straight up sci-fi hijinks. So I'm liking that they aren't just doing, like, the CW is like, here's a superhero show. Here's another superhero show. Hey, you know what we don't have yet? A superhero show. Here's a superhero show set in the future. You know, it's like, okay, we get it. So DC is kind of not great with the TV shows. DC's really good with the cartoons. That's where I will give them all the credit. Because they're just killing it with those. Always have been, too. Ever since, I think they're just riding the legacy of Batman the Animated Series. I'm rushing through this as fast as I can because I really want to crack open this cantina over here. I want to give this set its due, but at the same time I'm like, I'm building a rainbow. I need me some Star Wars aliens. Yeah, they got really repetitive. I liked Arrow when it started. I thought it was kind of not unique, but it kind of felt newish and a little fresh. I don't know why I liked it so much, but I think after a while I got tired of the rich people problems. It just seemed like because Oliver, forget his last name, Oliver something. Yeah, about season 4. I think once, what's his name? And I'm not going to remember anybody's name. So his sister's boyfriend, who became the Red Hood, like I thought he was going to become somebody else, and he didn't. Yeah, I kind of gave up about then too, and I feel bad because that's when, like, John Barrowman came back in heavily. But the flashbacks weren't, you know, they kind of caught up with all the flashbacks, and I don't know, kind of got burned out. I was also trying to watch everything in order. So I watched like the first 2 seasons, because I started watching Arrow because it was the first one. But then when Flash came on, I was like, okay, well, now I'm going to stop and go back and start watching Flash. And then I got interested in that. And Flash was real good for a while too. Got a little repetitive though. But then I was like, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch all of the CW stuff kind of chronologically, right? So mostly Arrow, then back and forth with Arrow and Flash, then occasionally Legends of Tomorrow and Supergirl. I have yet to watch a Batgirl anything. I got really excited when it first came out, and then I heard it was kind of like, meh. Like, do you like any of the other CW shows? I'm like, nah, I kind of gave up on them. And they're like, well, you probably won't like this thing. It's about the same stuff. I'm like, okay, well. For whatever reason, Ruby Rose, I like her a lot, but I always liked her in small amounts. I thought she would have been a great, like, tank girl. So this was an interesting play, I feel. Not that she can't do whatever she wants or whatever she gets paid to do or hired to do. But that's about it, yeah. Discord for live. Glenn, you are just like wanting to go around to all the chats. If you are watching this, please like and subscribe and share. And tell all your friends. We get a big group of people in here. But I do have a Discord server. It should be in the description. If you can't get into it, let me know, and I will get a Discord invite and put it in the chat. I have Discord so I can chat with people outside of just the stream. So if you are a fan of Lego or Star Wars or Marvel or beer, because I am drinking this lovely Temptress. Again, this is what I've got going on now from Lakewood Brewing in Garland, Texas. It is my go-to. It's super boozy and super high ABV, but oh my God, it's delicious. A little bit of smoke, a little bit of melted candy. Just can't beat it. Yeah, right now I think Glenn is in all the stuff. So thank you, Glenn. I can just imagine you're like the guy in the chair, right? How many more times do I have to do this? Okay. When I run out of those guys. Fair enough. So, yeah, because I completely lost track of where I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got it. So I just watched today. Yeah, I'd like to get more people on Discord. I feel it's a little more communication friendly than Facebook or whatever. Twitter, Instagram. Instagram's great, but Instagram's kind of like a one-way thing where you're like, look at this thing, and then everybody comments on it. Versus you go into Discord and you can just be like chatty, chatty, chatty. You don't have to post a picture. You just sit there and talk. It doesn't have to be like an initial post to start anything. You just kind of go in there and do whatever. So today I signed up for a while back. A friend of mine linked me to a Cornell University keynote address. They do this series where they do free talks about stuff, and today's was done by the presenters were 2 employees at Lego in Billund, and one was a designer and one was a communications manager or something like that, and I don't remember their names. I think I want to say Saki or Seki. I think they had the same last names as the press secretary lady. And this guy, apparently is kind of known. He's done some designs that people might be aware of. Glenn probably knows if he looked it up. So anyways, an hour-long talk about bringing fun into the workplace and how the workplace doesn't have to be just this monolith of drudgery, and how to, have an environment that is creative and stimulating, even if you're not working for a place like Lego. So that was the impetus, and it was an hour-long talk. And for 45 minutes or so, there was mostly them describing what it's like to work at Lego, which I found terribly depressing because I don't work at Lego. And I think a lot of people were like, well, my job looks like a stinker by comparison. So of course I asked the question of how do what's the track to get in? Tell me where I need to start to become a designer. And they answered 3 questions because that's all they really had time for. This is a weird format, the hour-long keynote address, where if you had 2 or 3 hours, you could have a 45-minute presentation to an hour and then have a couple hours for open questions like they do at conventions and stuff. But this was not that. So do I have any more of those? Yes. Oh, do I put tops on those? Yes. So a lot of the discussion was about the type of environment that they work in, and how it's, they do work very hard, and a lot of stuff still needs to get done, and it's a certain type of person that has the mental discipline to be able to work there, but also it's a family-run business, and they understand work-life balance, and it's not work-life balance, it's work-play balance, or it's just all play balance. And would I move to Billund to work? Yes, I would, in a heartbeat. Are you kidding? I love Beth, but I would be gone tomorrow, if someone said, hey, would you like a job being a designer at Lego? I'd be like, yes, please. Let me pack my stuff. Give me till this afternoon to pack my stuff. I would have to live on someone's couch because I'm sure I would have to pay rent on this place until Beth could find a way to move out there, but I would move in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. So yeah. So it was kind of interesting because they did talk a little bit about like the difference between American workforces and European workforces and things like paid time off and maternity leave and stuff, and how it's a different culture over there. So it was kind of interesting, but at the same time, it wasn't anything that I didn't already kind of know about. Because we've had a couple other speakers who kind of do the same speeches when they talk to us at like the conventions and stuff. So it was okay. It was a good distraction for an afternoon. I'll say that. I didn't learn anything new, other than the environment to work there is just stupid fun by the looks of it. They're like, yeah, we just have Lego kind of hanging about all over the place, and people just kind of sit there and have it in their hands while they're like in meetings and stuff. And the guy was like, so the big thing about working here is like, if you're a designer, not designing for yourself. Like, not everything that you design is going to be for you. And the mindset of like this, I would never design something like this. I mean, I guess I did. I did that Brickheads Lego Masters TV set thing for me and Will when we did that. So, I mean, I'm capable of doing stuff like that, but I get his point. It's like, not everything there is Star Wars. You know, you may get a job designing creator sets or Duplo or Friends or Ninjago, or, you know, you may be doing gift with purchase designs, or maybe you're going to do something for the parks, you know, who knows? And I'm like, just tell me what to do. Doc Sampson, how's it going? Hey man, I've been watching your vlogs. Just sending my best, man. Hope you're doing okay. Thanks for being on the stream today, where we wrap this nonsense up in short order. Yeah, this was super pleasing, super easy. I highly recommend when this comes back in stock, if you don't have one, to get one. It makes a great gift. It's a good desk piece. It was designed by a good person. And all that. So yeah, I didn't do any changes. I know a lot of people kind of changed this is, I think, the only thing I don't really like, is it looks like their hands all have to be kind of tucked in. Got mine, I built it up. So I got one of these. The kids, if you don't know, my ex-wife is married, is gay. That's why we divorced. And she's remarried to a wonderful woman. And the kids live with them about a block away from here. And we co-parented for a great many years, and then I finally moved out. Started doing my own thing. Ta-da! But I still, you know, I still see the kids like whenever I want. Like, I could just go over there right now. Not right now, they're out of town. But so I got 2 copies of this. I got this for them for Pride Month. So I hope they like it. So yeah. That is it's swooshable too. Look at that. This is not your mama's art piece. It's very tight. It's very good construction. Looks great. It's probably just going to sit like up here somewhere, I think. Maybe right here. Right in front of the Texas thing. So there we go. All right. Take a break. Drink a beer. It's generally poor form to ask, and I get that in most cases. I love talking about it, but it's one of those stories where I can't say my kid's mom's without everybody going, wait, what? And then it becomes a thing. So I'm used to the spiel. We got married in 98. We split up in like 2007. Rowan's 20, Greg's 17. I mean, it's been just, this is the only life I've really ever known in the last 20 years. So it's all good. So here we go. Look at this monstrosity. So here's the damage. You can see the damage, which got me $50 in VIP points. And there's the characters. There's some of the figures that are in this. I am so excited about this. You have no idea. It's gonna be so great. Oh. Yup. So let's see. This is a tape opening. I think I'm gonna open the damage side first. And yeah, many versions of that story don't end well. When she first kind of told me that, she's like, well, I hate to tell you this. I'm like, hate to? I kind of knew it was coming. But even then it was like, I'm sad because the relationship's over, but I'm like, nothing we can do about it. So we're still friends. She's like a sister, honestly, at this point. I don't have any idea how many bags this is going to be. Does anybody have some numbers for me? Are any of these figures getting microfighters? That is a good question. Let's look. Before we pull all this out, let's look at this list of characters on the top here. Let's see. Not any of the band. Greedo I might use. Labria, maybe. Kalfas, maybe. And Hamwa Nadon, the hammerhead, maybe. See, a lot of these guys are characters in the movie in which they don't have their own ship. So to get their own ship, I would have to see if they already had a ship. Like if they came to Mos Eisley on a transport of some kind, and then I could build that. Is it more than one bag, Glenn? I'm not even, see, the problem is I have to pull them all out. I'm gonna have to move the microphone a little farther away, so I apologize if the sound gets kind of crappy. I just don't know how many bags. Oh, and because the thing's all banged up. Oh, there's a big box. There we go. Okay. Woosa! So we've got several bags and then one big box. So I'm hoping that these are all, no, 4, 18. Yeah, they didn't go in any order here. Oh, maybe they did, 14. All right, so I think these are all the next bags. So it looks like there's one of the modal nodes heads. We're up to 18, possibly. Let's put all these guys down here. Ha, all right. And then we've got this guy. So, I'm checking. Actually trying to see, yeah. I've got, I'm a little worried. Tonight is the Game 6. For those who also don't know, I'm a huge hockey fan. And my team of choice is the Colorado Avalanche because I grew up in Colorado. And right now it's the Stanley Cup playoffs and they're in round 2. Ooh. Bumped the camera, sorry about that. They're in round 2, but they're not looking great. They completely dominated round 1. They swept the Blues. Look at that. Nice piece right there. But they're playing the Las Vegas Golden Knights right now, and they don't look great. And the last couple games have been not awesome, and so I'm a little worried. So I'm gonna leave this in the bag right now. I'm gonna try to do some digital instructions on another screen over here. I suppose, let me try something here. Let's see, overlay, image slideshow. So if I added window capture, add existing, no, create new. Okay. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do, but I'm going to make it real small. Okay. And then I'm going to make it real small. And instead of the slideshow, maybe we'll do the directions over here. I don't know if that's going to be any good for a while, but I haven't done digital directions. So let me know how that looks. I don't know if I can make that change. It looks like it's covering up some stuff, but yeah, so this will be easier to save me some desk space. So yeah, here's some images about the design team. So this is where I want to live. I want to work for Jens Kronvold Fredrickson. Jens Kronvold Fredrickson. If you're watching, and everybody tag him in this, design director and creative lead for, I'm guessing, the Star Wars design team. Let him know I'm out here. I would love to be your microfighter guy. This place may be a little rough. So here's like some history of Star Wars stuff and the V-35 land speeder, which might get its own. I'll tell you what, if we get to put anybody in this, I'll make a microfighter of it. I mean, we have one of Luke's land speeder. No reason we couldn't do one of these. Maybe I'll put this. See, the thing is, none of these guys maybe own this. So let's see. All right, so bag one. 17, 18. All right, 18 bags. We'll probably be doing this for a good long while. This is at least going to be 3 or 4 streams, probably. Kind of a new print do-back here. Missing this jaw, which looks a little weird. For those who've watched Castlevania, the last creature at the end, that fire-breathing thing kind of looked like that with like that's weird jaw. All right, so 5, 4, 1. Make sure that's the only one of one. 7. And let's get rolling. I am excited. I've been putting this set off for a while. Mostly because of price, but also because I just wasn't sure if it was worth the $300 or so. But at the end of the day, getting all these minifigs is kind of great. So why not, right? All right, so of course Luke is first. A lot of this early stuff I'm assuming is going to be internal. Or maybe it's the speeder. Yeah, I think once I get Brickanick famous, I can do different layouts on OBS and do like all kinds of weird Twitch functions and, you know, how much stuff people can get by donating bits, and you can get your own emojis and stuff like that. So, but until then, just gonna show off a slideshow, and that'll be it. Oh my goodness, allergies are so bananas right now. Oh wait, what am I doing? some of this so I can see what's going on. And make us a Luke. Make him a smiling Luke. I so often give Star Wars people the more serious or screamy faces, but let's give him a, I feel like Bob Ross, let's give him a little smile. Just a little smile. Make sure we get this lightsaber right. So I've also started listening to new podcast / vlog. It's Billy Boyd and Dominic Monaghan, Marion Pippin, and it's called The Friendship Onion. Let's put that figure right here in the corner. There we go. That's figure 1. And it's so far it's exactly what you'd think. Neither of those guys have done a ton of stuff that's been hugely popular since Lord of the Rings. They still work and they still have a lot of projects, but like in terms of stuff people go to the theaters for, I don't know. Like, I think the last thing I saw Dominic Monaghan do really wasn't he in, I mean, he was in Lost, but it's got to be something since then. So anyway, not that they're capitalizing on Lord of the Rings, but that's where most of the people know them from. So it's fun because it's fun to listen to them talk about their experience, and they're just, you can tell also that they've just been friends since the filming of the movies, and it's really kind of neat. I really could only make it because it's like an hour and a half, and I think I got through because I was listening to it while I was working, and I got through like the first hour of it, 45 minutes of it, and I'm gonna go back and listen to it all, but it's hard to do in one shot. I think this goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, this is kind of cool. This is a good set to do. I haven't done sets recently, so this will be nice. I've been doing a lot more design stuff, which is great. But I think having a break to do some building is good too. And gives me a hot second to maybe go back and do some instructions for the sets that are out there. Just a nice, quiet, chill time. So what's everybody working on right now? You watching shows? You eating? Sorting? Doing laundry? 26 bags. That would be incorrect, but good guess. I think the price on this, it seems big, but I think the price on this was more for the minifigures, and honestly, and the Star Wars markup. So it's probably not the best deal, but I don't know. I think, how many pieces is it? Does it say how many pieces it is? 3,100 pieces. So I mean, it's a little overpriced because usually, so 3,100 pieces, I would have guessed $300, but not $350. But because there's like 21 minifigures in here or something stupid. Relaxing after a long day. Good for you. Get some relaxing. I was creating a Bricklink order. Now I'm just hanging out. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out. Hi, Connor. How are you? Thanks for being here. All right, so let's talk some Star Wars here. Obviously, the 7th episode of Bad Batch is out tomorrow. There's lots of talk about EA in the news lately. I think they got hacked, lost some assets or something like that. So is there a game or an era of Star Wars that you would like to see revisited? Or are you happy with all the new stuff? that may be kind of retconning all the old like Legends material. No wrong answers. Or do you not care that much about Star Wars and you're just here because of Lego? You went to the movies the other day. Goodness. What did you see? That's a huge step. Yeah, I went and had lunch with my team. It was kind of on a patio, but it was still like, I'm kind of in a restaurant. New Republic game? Do you want a New Republic game? Is that what you're saying, Connor? I would love a New Republic game. Like what? Like something to go kind of coincide with what they're doing in The Mandalorian? That era or farther away from that era? I like all the new stuff, but the whole retcon that decanonized stuff is annoying. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, I'd like to see them redo old Bounty Hunter game with Jango Fett. That would be amazing. I would like to see that game. I would like to see Tales of the Bounty Hunters. Maybe the Bounty Hunter War. Because I think the Bounty Hunter War is kind of still going on in comics. But Tales from the Bounty Hunter, Tales from Jabba's Palace, those were so great. They could have a whole bunch of stuff with those. In terms of games, I kind of just wish they would somehow combine Battlefront and Battlefront 2. So we could have all those old maps with the new gameplay. I miss Sullust, man. I miss my Walker Assault on Bespin, you know? Yeah, an open world bounty hunter game, kind of like DCUO, right? DC Universe Online. That would be like really great, where you get to like pick your class and your ship and your weapon and what jobs you want to do, and they have like missions, and they have events where people can partake in different things to earn certain things. And it seems, even if it's not, oh, that's an upside down one. Even if it's not bounty hunters, even just like an open world Star Wars, where you can be maybe not a Jedi, but you could be like a mercenary or a bounty hunter, or maybe an officer, you know, an Imperial officer, or whatever era. The problem is there's so many eras. It's not like DCU Online, where it's like you're just assuming everything is kind of present, right? Multiverse, yes. Alternate Earths, yes. But at the end of the day, you're kind of like, at least it's kind of the now, right? Whereas Star Wars, it's like, yeah, but you couldn't be a clone during the First Order kind of thing. You know, there would be a lot of that kind of weirdness, but I don't know. I mean, you can do it in Battlefront. You know, you can be Darth Maul fighting on Starkiller Base. These upside down inverted slopes are just my bane. Can never get them to line up right. You saw Cruella. I heard that was actually pretty good. I kind of want to see it. Had no desire until everybody started talking about it. All right. And I am very glad tomorrow's Friday. Had a pretty long week. It just felt really long. Got a lot of work I got to do tomorrow at work. At the same time, I'm kind of like wanting to get some stuff done around the house, so I sneak off in between stuff at work to get that done. I'm like, well, I'll be right back. I'm just going to go mow the lawn. Should we talk Bad Batch? We can. I mean, it's been almost a week since the last episode. If you are not caught up and you don't want to be spoiled, I'm okay if you want to bail on this right now. Thank you for visiting, and we'll talk to you soon. So I'm having a problem with Bad Batch in that I realize that the show is still on Disney Plus and it's still ideally made for a certain age group, but there are some parts of the show that I'm like, we get it, right? She's force sensitive. He's got a chip in his head. It's just like, it's just repeating it over and over again. Meanwhile, there's a lot of things I think fans would like to see more of, and we're just not getting it. It's kind of getting a little repetitive. It's getting to that, they go to a planet, they solve a problem, they have to leave. Go to a planet, they solve a problem, they have to leave. There's no like continuity. The last two, at least they're staying on Ord Mantell. So what happened to that Cantina box? I'll tell you what happened to that Cantina box. Shipping. Look at that smushed. Look at that. Look at that nonsense. It's like an elephant got a hold of it. It's like Mike Tyson started working for UPS or something. Yeah, it is. It's planet to planet to planet. It's like... So the last couple episodes, them staying on Ord Mantell is pretty good. But it's we're in hijinks and now we resolve the hijinks. So far, it's not very sequential, or it's not very serialized. It's very episodic. Like, it doesn't matter kind of in what order you watch these. Nothing's been revealed that couldn't have been revealed earlier. Nothing's tied together in like a through line. I think the only two are the last two with Sid. Oh, Josh, I talked to, when I called them to reserve it, they're like, we have a couple and the boxes are smushed. And they're like, well, we can give you VIP points. So I'm like, sweet. So I got kind of a lot of VIP points for it. So yeah, no issues. I'm not going to keep the box, but got me some sick VIP points. So Josh, everybody in the chat, Josh is another TechSlug member. He's also been integral lately on getting Brick Rodeo set up for this coming season, and will be kind of, I think, officially, unofficially, one of the chair people for Brick Fiesta 2020 or Brick Rodeo 2022. So give him a hello. And also, he's the one who helped me with some of the channel stuff, some of the logo stuff. I had a drawing, and he kind of cleaned it up for me, and he did the all this stuff, right? All that. He did the design for that. So yeah. How many VIP points did I get? So I'm not exactly sure. The receipt says I got 20-something hundred for the set, but then 60-something hundred, 6650 for VIP points. That's how the invoice looked, or the receipt. It may need to be flipped, but basically I got about 8,000 points for buying the set. So I'm not a huge like VIP person, so I don't know how good or bad that is, or if I think it's pretty good. But I don't know if that's like pretty common if you get a smushed box from Lego. Like, I think if you call them and say, hey, your box came in smushed, they'll be like, yeah, I have some VIP points. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think you'd said that on Discord earlier, Glenn. That sounds about right. because she was talking to me when I got there, and she's like, we can give you 50 VIP points. And at first I thought she said $15 or 50 points. And I was kind of going to take either. I didn't realize that 50 was kind of a big deal. And I felt bad because I'm like, I'm not going to keep the box. I'm not going to resell. I'm actually going to build this. Oh, it goes on top. Okay. The person at the end was totally Ahsoka. You think it was Ahsoka? So I'm trying to think of where Ahsoka is at this point. This is right before the Clone Wars, or right after the Clone Wars. So she's still finding her own way. Like, I think this is before she leaves and goes on her adventure, which is in the book, where she goes to that one planet and like kind of pretends to be nobody and works as like a mechanic and does all that. The dogs are going crazy. I need 2 more of those. But I think it's before. She's on the run with Rex, but I think. Why would she need a tactical droid's head? That's my thinking. The tactical droid has basically information about military stuff. And I don't think that's something she'd need. Now, a crime syndicate would need that. So it could be a few people, you know. Somebody said it's Cal Kestis from Fallen Order. I'm like, he's like 12 at this point. Like, this is right after Order 66. It's not Cal Kestis. And I don't think it's Maul either, because this is still right after Order 66. So, I don't know. Oh, good luck on your ACTs. Let us know next time you're on here how you did. Go study, but don't study too hard or too late. Let your brain have a good night's rest. It's not going to matter how much you study if you fry your brain staying up all night. Your brain needs to recharge. Of course, I'm your parents, so listen to me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Maul. It's either going to be, I don't even think it's Maul. I think it's probably, honestly, Bail Organa. But I guess we're going to find out eventually, right? Oh, sticker. All right, so here's the question. Oh, does everybody want to see a puppy?
Tell her to calm down.
Come here.
Got a 91 on my first final.
Congratulations. Oh, come here. Calm down. Nobody wants your shenanigans. Oh my goodness. Nobody wants your shenanigans. Do you want some beer? Say hi, everybody. Say hi to the camera. Say hi, camera. Say hello in puppy land. Oh, the puppy. Oh, the puppy. 2 views at a puppy. You gotta be quiet. Congratulations. How many more finals do you have?
Just one more.
All right. Well, good luck.
I'm gonna take a quick break and
Yup. Yeah, she's 10 pounds now. So, while she's not as fat as the cat yet, she's definitely as big as the cat, like lengthwise. I think this set's going to get some stickers. I know I'm usually anti-sticker, but I think this might be a display set for a little while, up with the rest of the Star Wars stuff. And as much as I didn't want to crack into this bag, I'm going to get these stickers out, and then I'll leave the instructions in the bag. So there we go. What kind of monster doesn't want a puppy, right? All right, this is lazy. Come on, really? You can't get a control panel on this thing. That's just bonkers. I don't like that at all. We have a control panel slope. You just couldn't do another one? I get it. That one looks like Mos Eisley. I get it. Beaks Dad, how's it going? We are building the cantina, the super big Mos Eisley cantina. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you stopping by. Oh wait, I put that in the wrong place. So, already not happy with their choice of stickers. Especially since it doesn't have a pilot and it's not going to be, and it's going to be covered by a canopy. That just seems kind of, it's a neat sticker, but I'm just not happy that they chose to do that instead of a print. So that's going to be my complaint, and I'm sticking to it. And we're going into bag 2 for the speeder here, because these are all extra pieces. All right, now we get to do a Trandoshan. So you got a lightsaber. None of that's really any bonus. And I think there's gonna be 2 bag 2s because I don't see a figure in there. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Is there not a figure in there? Oh, there is. Okay. Sorry about your ears. Let me check on something real quick. Move this over here. And I'm going to look up something. I'm going to look up something. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, good. That works. That worked out well. Good deal. That's a nice cockpit piece. In that trans black. Got a Trandoshan head, got a Trandoshan body. Give me some Trandoshan legs. And I don't remember what this guy's name is. It's on the box. I can't pronounce that. Krechik Kalfas. Never heard of that character before, but there he is. Pretty standard print of the vest, Tatooine vest kind of thing. Another figure right there. Oh, that's how much I can tell I bumped the camera. Boop. All right. Now, back to this. This is a lot of intricacy for this little speeder. Kind of impressed. All right, so let's assume that there's an open world game for Star Wars, akin to, I don't know, what other, I'm not a big open world gamer fan. The only thing I know about is like the DC Universe Online, where you kind of get to pick your own character and character type. And, ooh, interesting. You know, you can be a strong person, a flyer, a speedster, You know, you can kind of pick your powers, and you know, you can pick your looks and all the things that kind of go along with it. So, if you were in the Star Wars universe online, what kind of classes do you think there would be? Because not everybody can be a Jedi, surely, but maybe you could. Would you want to be a smuggler, or wait a minute, did I get all these up here? A bounty hunter, an ace pilot. Would you want a ship that people hire out for their own needs, like if they needed to get somewhere? Would you want to be conscripted into the Imperial Navy? What kind of character would you want to be? Destiny, yeah, Destiny's one like that. I thought it was EVE Online, but maybe something along those lines. See, now that I have the instructions up here, y'all can keep track of me and make sure and yell at me when I miss a step. Because I will. Bounty hunter for sure. I kind of feel like bounty hunter is probably going to be the most common. But surely there's going to be a need for like shuttle pilots, you know, and technicians and things like that, where you get a job doing a certain thing. But my guess is everyone's going to want to fly places and everybody's going to want to do fights. And that kind of leads only to like a couple career paths. Since not everybody can be a superhero, it's going to have to be a little more intricate. Yell at you silently. You missed that tile. You didn't do that. You put that on crooked. All right, here's another sticker that I'm like, really? This could have been a print. This could have been a print. I can get it if they're like big and meaningful. Like I don't even care that that's crooked. This is a good sticker. That's a good sticker. Okay? That is not. That's a dumb sticker. It's a waste of a sticker. You don't even need the sticker on that. It can just be a gray tile, or you put a orange plate under there, and then you put a grill tile over it. You get the same effect. That is a dumb sticker. That is the definition of a dumb sticker. But I said I was going to do stickers, so I'm going to do stickers. Oh, and I know that there's printed pieces like this. The stickers lately are a little better too. They come off pretty easily, as long as if they don't get sun dried, especially on these slopes, these are gonna come right off. The slopes are a little more porous on their surface than slopes or other things. It's an old code, but it checks out. I was about to clear them. Shall I hold? No, leave them to me. I will deal with them myself. As you wish, my lord. I haven't seen the movies in a while. I don't know what you're talking about. But if there were multiple options, I would play them all. Yes, I would play it until it got boring, and then I would pick something else. So that's pretty slick. I know you're gonna have to smush those, but that's a pretty good look right there with those flags on the side. I like that. It's a good look. Yeah, thanks for being here, Brad. Appreciate you coming by. Have a good rest of your evening. See ya Sunday. So Brad says that too, and Kodiak says it too. They're like, thanks for having us. And I'm like, it's always really nice to hear, but at the same time, I'm like, I couldn't have stopped you. I mean, I could probably kick you out, but I'm not going to do that. You guys are good peeps. Wait. So we had Beak's dad came in earlier. Wonder what happened to them. Where'd you go, Beak's dad? Come play with us. I mean, you probably could, yeah. Oh, the dogs are gonna bark again because I made a sound in here. Twice today, I like knocked on something, and the dogs lost their dang minds. I don't know, fly casual. One of my greatest memes ever that I made was when Harrison Ford, the first time Harrison Ford crashed his plane, his little Cessna, into wherever he was going. And I think it was on Fark. I mean, this is how old I am. I think I was posting this on Fark. And it was just a picture of Harrison Ford kind of smirking, right? Like he's got that lopsided grin and his hair's all tousled. And then underneath him is the picture of his plane crash. And it says, I don't know, fly casual. I'm like, yeah. I thought it was funny. I have a shirt like that too. It has a picture of a Death Star, and then it says it's the Stay Calm and Chive On or Stay Calm and Carry On shirts, but it's got a picture of a Death Star. It says Stay Calm and Fly Casual. Go Star Wars. Oh, there's another flippin'. Hey, Glenn promised me that if I ever get a job at Lego, I will not make things with stickers on them. Consciously. Like, if I get pulled into a boardroom and they say, look, Rollman, we need you to put a bunch of stickers on these sets. I'm going to be like, no. No. And they say, or it's your job. And I'm going to be like, then I quit. No, I'm just kidding. I'll put some stickers on. Ooh, I haven't seen one of these in a while. These are like legit old Futron and old space like cockpits and stuff. Super cool. And I like that they're used as fins. Satisfying. No capes. So, who here has been watching Invincible at all? Anybody? They did a I can never remember the name of it. Oh, I missed some stuff over here. What is that stupid channel called? It's the Honest Trailers. Oh God, brain. It's Honest Trailers for Invincible, and it had the guy who is like it's the trope of the friend of the superhero who designs all their costumes just so they don't, they've got dirt on them or something like that. And they show the guy who designs Omni-Man and then Invincible's outfit, but then they show Edna Mode and she goes, no capes, I was like, oh, that's funny. Okay. I think the only thing we're going to get done tonight is the speeder. I'm okay with that. So yeah, Loki was entertaining. I felt it was probably as good as Falcon and Winter Soldier. Maybe not as good as WandaVision, although I've heard people didn't like WandaVision for reasons. But so far, I like it. I like the little nods to everything during the course of the show, too. It's like, hey, remember this thing that happened in the Avengers? Yeah. Remember that thing? Yeah. Remember all these things? Trying to think of what else is going on lately. Kind of quiet on the political front, and I mean there's still a global pandemic, but people seem to have forgotten that that's going on unless you're in India. A lot of stuff here is reopening. Like we're talking about going to a brewery tomorrow night because they got a good food truck. Breweries, I feel like, are kind of okay because you put on your mask, you go in, you get a beer, you go back outside. You sit on a picnic bench. So I'm okay with that. I'm not yet at the point, and I'm fully vaccinated, and I think most people who are out right now, I won't say most, maybe half, are probably vaccinated as well, at least according to numbers. Now, I am in Texas, which means there's equal chance that they have a vaccination or they are armed. So, take your pick. I will say armed and dumb, because being armed, I guess, is not a problem. I know people have, like, Kodiak has weapons. It's not the weapons that bother me, it's a different conversation. I don't want to get into it. But, so yeah, things are weird because I want to go out and do these things. I want to go back to karaoke. I want to go back to trivia. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know if that's where we need to be right now. And at the same time, my company is, I don't want to talk too much about, hey, Kodiak. Did someone mention firearms? I don't want to talk too much about my company because I don't want to get in trouble for it. Because I have no reason to talk bad about the company that I work for. They've given me a job and they are great people. Like, I literally have nothing bad to say about them. Their political skew is a little different than mine. It's slightly more centrist. I'm not going to say anything more really about it. But they are wanting to simultaneously keep the office environment, but have everybody work from home if they want to. And I don't know how they're going to accomplish this. And as an IT professional who's kind of responsible for how people do their job, I feel a little frustrated that there's no direction. And I think a lot of people are kind of going through this right now where everyone has decided, you know what, maybe we don't need to go back to an office. And everybody who's in management's like, I didn't put a thing. And everyone who's in management is like, no, let's all get back to the office. We need to be able to control all you people. Oh. So for some reason, that is a very satisfying build. So I think there's a lot of pushback on a lot of what's going on right now in terms of how this let's all get back to normal thing is going to work. And honestly, I hope it doesn't go back to the way it was before. I know a lot of people are like, I can't wait to get back to normal. I'm like, why? I get maybe you couldn't do your job before if you weren't right in somebody's face, but that sounds like a you problem. Okay, yeah. I think Kodiak and I agree on that point. But again, I'm probably not going to get into it too much because I think we have some different opinions about certain things, but I think for the most part, we're both sane people who know when to not talk about stuff. So yeah, it's a little bit frustrating because it's really easy for C-levels and management to say, yeah, we're just coming back, just make an edict, and then not really have a plan for how that, what that works. Oh, God, I really can't talk about it because I don't want to get in trouble if this gets back to me. And it's not my boss, and it's not even his boss. It's just his boss's boss's boss, right? And it's the board of directors, and it's like, it's just these decision makers who sign our checks, but are like, want people back in the building. They're like, we want to see your smiling faces. And I'm like, but why? What does that matter? Who cares? I've been going into the office like once or twice a week for the past month, and I absolutely hate the fact that I drive between 45 minutes to an hour. Oh, look how nice. It's not a perfect fit because the bowing is gonna split off, but oh my good giddy aunt. I did one like that, didn't I? I just did a microfiber like this. I think I redid my home one. Let me see if I can go find it. Where are you? You're right, bastard. Yeah, anytime you can get slopes to do that is just great. It's so good. I had to cheat. You can see how I cheated under there. But come on, focus. 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 You almost got it. There you go. I had to cheat. But same thing. Get these slopes to tie together like that. Gravy. What makes the difference is, for me, is discipline. I agree. I think we can both agree on that. It's not just having it, it's knowing. And a lot of people are like that too. It's not just idiots. There's a lot of people who have the lifestyle and have the culture and the heritage and stuff like that. And I get that. So, oh, there is a pilot. Okay. I didn't realize that. So this is weird. You make this whole thing, and you can probably put him in here, right? So you can put him in there, but also, if you want, you can put him up here. So this dude, that's just weird. I don't know what that means. I don't know why. Anyway, so yeah, this dude will get this speeder as a microfighter. Okay? So that works. Oh my goodness. I missed. Okay, well I missed a piece. Like that's an extra. All these are going to be extra. This is not an extra. So let's go find out where we missed it. Glenn, this is your job, buddy. You're failing me. Thought it'd be right here, but I guess not. Oh, it's deeper in here than that. Oh, I knew it. That's fine. That's an easy one. Whooshoo! Good deal. There's your speeder. There's your X35 or whatever this is. What is this called? V35. All right, cool. Burp. All right, let's get into this. Bag 3. All right, so these are your extras. Get these out of the way. I'm gonna put him back down here so we can see. You guys are gonna have to remind me to keep these guys down here so we can see our lineup of people. All right, this guy goes over here. Oh, that's not cheating. Lego would probably approve even. Save. There you go. I'm saving. All right, so bag 3 and this giant pole apparently, or this big old rigid tube, which is 30 length. That's 16. Yeah, 32. Wow, that's a long tube. That's a big tube. What's not cheating? Oh, the way I've attached, yeah. I meant that it's not a, it's not covered really well, right? And it's not, I don't know. It's not elegant. Like I would have rather had a, 2 clips that then hit into a, Technic brick or something, but I couldn't, that got too bulbous. And they because they weren't pressed close enough together, they split out like that. I still like it. I still think it's one of the cooler ones. It's compact and it's so good. Yeah, and Lego will leave a bottom. Every time I hear the word bottom, I think of Sean Astin's impeccable Middle Earth accent when they're climbing down a cliff face. And I forget the area that they're in. There's a name for it, and I forget what it is. It's next to the Anduin River, but it's before they get to the Pelennor Fields. There's an area that's all sharp rocks and stuff, and I forget what that's called. It's not the, I think it's Emmenweel. But that's the swamp. But it may be the rocks too. Anyway, they're climbing down a cliff, and he's on their elven rope, and or no, it was Elijah Wood, and he falls, and he goes through the mist, and he hits the bottom, and he goes, "I found the bottom." It's a funny delivery. I always giggle. I think I found the bottom. All right, let's do this. Who are we building now? This is the barkeep. I forget his name. Quick, somebody give me the name of the barkeep. Wurher. W-U-H-E-R. Wurher. Yep, the barkeep. And he's got a gun because he don't take no garbage from anybody. He's got a business to run, man. We don't serve their kind in here. You're droids. They'll have to wait outside. Oh, we don't want any problems. I heartily agree with you, sir. All right, barkeep. You hold court right there. All right. Gonna crank through this for the next 20 minutes, and then we're out. And then I gotta go walk a dog. Do we have a score yet? Do we have any scores on the Avs game? Oh my goodness. It's already 2-1, 3 minutes to go in the first period. I don't know if I can bring myself to watch this last game because they're gonna get eliminated in this game, and I'm gonna be sad. And then I'm gonna have to be faded until October. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Yeah, we're gonna try to take 3 dogs. We're gonna try to take Kaylee and Agatha and their dog Decker. So that'll be an interesting thing that's going to happen. Because in most cases, it's going to be me walking either Decker or Kaylee. And, oh, look how many of these there are. I just put in an order for like 20 of these. Oh, these are so great. These are my chairs. These are my seats. And my microfighters. Yeah, dog walking is good. Give you time to listen to a podcast, be alone with your thoughts for a little bit, get some fresh air, get some exercise, good for the dog. The joke would have been, it's good for me too. And that's just the dog. Kind of a podcast with a dog listen to. probably would still listen to This American Life. Chapter 7, taking me for another walk again. Does that fire hydrant smell the same as it did yesterday? I'm Ira Glass. That's my Ira Glass impression. You're welcome. Oh, hey, for podcast lovers, Reply All is back. I don't know if you knew about what happened to them, but it's very... Oh, bye, Glenn. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you going into all the other chats and everything, so it was good talking to you. Thanks for being here. Some TV with the wife. You got it. Enjoy your time. What was I talking about? Oh, so Reply All was embroiled in a large scandal, ironically, directly related to a story they were doing. So they were covering a story, and generally the podcast has been about internet stuff, weirdness and memes and mysteries of technology and stuff like that. But they occasionally will have larger stories in which a reporter will, spend months and months working on a story. In this case, it was the inequities and racial profiling practices at the cooking place, Bon Appetit, which I think they shortened to Bon App or something like that. Anyway, it was a story in which minority chefs were working very hard and getting very little recognition, weren't given the opportunity to advance, were being asked to do things that they didn't want in terms of stories and cooking and things like that. Not like at gunpoint, but that's like, oh, hey, you've obviously got some Mexican heritage in you. We're going to ask you to do all the Mexican cook stories, and it's like Mexican food stuff. And everyone's like, really? So they were Reply All was reporting on this, but the entire time they were also in the midst of a big racial issue at hiring practices and hostile workplace environment kind of thing at their podcast at their company. The people who worked there were trying to set up a union, and it wasn't, it was not good. So it was almost like the story came out, and everybody who worked at the podcast company, Gimlet, were like, why are we reporting on this story? This is exactly what's happening here. And so that came out, and so they only got 2 of the 4 episodes that they wanted to do on Bon Appetit put out, and they had to stop, and they had to cancel, and they had to shut down the show. And 2 of the people who were involved, one of the 2 main hosts and the lady who was reporting on the story, both left the company. And it was just this huge... I mean, it's, if you don't listen to podcasts, you're like, so? But Reply All is one of the bigger podcasts out there. Probably not as big as Radiolab or This American Life or something like that, but it's to the point where it has its own company, and they have other podcasts underneath the umbrella of this group. So, I mean, it was kind of a big deal. So they shut everything down. The people who were responsible, have been sacked. One just left and said, I screwed up and I don't deserve to be part of this, so I'm just going to leave. And then another person left because, kind of the same thing. And then there was another host that came on that it was weird because they brought on this other host, a black host. These 2 guys were 2 white guys from New York. And they brought on a third host last summer. This is when the story was being worked on. Where's this other shelf? There it is. And it felt like we're bringing you on because of the whole George Floyd thing. And we're trying to make our attempt to, you know, whatever. And it felt kind of weird. And then all this happened, and they're like, we really need to examine what we're doing with this company. So it was really, really awkward and uncomfortable. And I'm glad they kind of leaned into it and were like, we really need to examine ourselves. And so that host that they brought on is now the co-host of the show. It's Alex Goldman, and I don't know his name off the top of my head because I've only heard a couple stories of his. The stories he has done are very good. But the tone of the show, I was expecting to change a little bit because of the reporters, but it hasn't yet. Like, they did a thing today about search history, and I'm like, oh, okay, so we're just going to forget that all happened, or what's going on now? So, yeah, podcast drama. Speaking of podcast drama, oh my God, guys. If you haven't, go check out. There's another podcast that does this, that reviews the same show we do, and the drama around it is getting real. So there is an actor from the show that we watch who, oh God, it's even too much for me to explain. It's just crazy pants. So the see here, where is that? Where is it? Where is it? I see it right there. It's a dark piece. There it is. Look, look, we already have one of those. We don't need a sticker. That's a newish one too, I think. No, it's the same one. So the other podcast show is doing the same show that we are, that's reviewing the same show we are, and they started a second spin-off one called Laura Bertram, Is That You? Because she's one of the two main stars of the show that we're reviewing. And everyone on all the Facebook groups is like pretending to be her and telling the podcast that that they're awful and they shouldn't be listened to and all this stuff. It's big drama. She came out recently and did a video and posted on Facebook and says, "Hi, I'm Laura Bertram. This is my Facebook account and this is my Instagram account. These are the only two things that I have. I don't have any other accounts of any kind on any social media anywhere else. This is my official Facebook page and this is my official Instagram page. Anything else you see is not real, right?" And like all the fan groups who were like, we're pretty sure we're being run by like one or two people who may have mental issues. We're just like, oh my God, what is going to happen? So there's a whole investigation by this other podcast about who is running these things, and the show Catfish got involved, and it's just really crazy. And the whole time I'm sitting there going, we should have frickin' reviewed Letterkenny instead, because there wouldn't have been as much drama. It's bananas. Oh, and the dogs are just loving the world in there. I get on them for being loud and stuff, but I'm glad they play together. I just hope they're not bothering Beth too much with her final. Did I lose my music? All right, so we got about 9 minutes left. I'm just gonna keep working on this bag till it's done, and then I gotta go walk a dog. So we will be back. I will be back on Sunday, and I'll just be doing this. We've got through 3 bags, and we've got 18. So I'm guessing that we'll probably be doing this the next couple weeks, which kind of works out because I think once this is done, we might be going, or I might be tied up with some other stuff for a little bit, so I may have to cancel some streams, depending. We've got some band things coming up, and we're going to go out of town, and I might try to stream while we're out of town, but I'm not planning on it. I think we might try to record a podcast while we're out of town. So we'll see. If we record a podcast when we're out of town, that means we got to watch an episode too. So, or maybe it will be a very special episode. I feel like over the last couple of years, I've got more tan parts than anything else. Like so many tan parts. But then I started doing the Beggar's Canyon build, which I kind of gave up on. And I realized that I didn't have nearly enough tan parts. So it was kind of weird. All right, them. Okay. Now these guys. So any plans for the weekend, anybody? What do y'all got going on? Any movies? Any days out with friends? Any shopping? Any yard work? Resting? Glenn is going to watch TV with his wife. So, for those who are curious about conventions, Lego conventions, I'm pretty sure, and Glenn would appreciate this if he were still here, but I think he's actually left the stream. I think we are going to go forward with board approval with the Kalahari for Brick Rodeo 2022, which I'm going to encourage everybody to try to go to that. If you can't afford to get a room there, let me know. But it's bananas. It's just absolute crazy pants how big this place is and how, like, the word largesse springs to mind when I'm talking about it. And this isn't the first one. There's several others across the country, or there's at least 3, I think, 2 or 3 others. So there may be one near you if you happen to be like in Wisconsin or Pennsylvania or something like that. But it's just the biggest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's so crazy. And so we will probably be doing Brick Rodeo 2022 there, and that's the one that I'm going to be helping with as a member of the board, or the help chair it, or whatever it's called. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's basically a giant resort, and it's just insane. Like, I was just walking around like the whole time we're doing a tour, just resting here. Good. I kind of want to do that too, but I know I've got yard work that I like absolutely need to do. We've been inundated with rain lately and haven't had a chance to do like little bits now and then. So it's been really hard to kind of get ahead of it or keep up with it. Which means, like, I was even thinking about doing some yard work today during work, but I'm like, I can't bring myself to do that. This makes me sad because I know this tube is going to be bent like this for a long time, which means it's just going to be bent like this forever. But that's nice looking. You know, they kind of did this with the land speeder, Luke's land speeder. I think they did this too. This look with the tube wrapped around it like that. All right. So if you want to make travel plans next year and you would like a place to stay, consider coming to Brick Rodeo. I keep saying Brick Fiesta. Brick Rodeo in 2022. And you can stay at the Kalahari. And we're trying to get a deal on rooms. So you can book there. And we're going to have a little Lego convention during that time too. Not gonna lie, it's probably gonna be kind of an expensive room, but I think it'd totally be worth it. Are these the silver ones? Yes. Oh my goodness, look at this. That's a new color for me. That pearl gold in that nozzle, that's very cool. This year, Brick Rodeo is going to be in Sugarland. It's going to be, and I don't know where it is, honestly. But it's on if you go to brickrodeo.com, it's on the website. The location, the dates. If you can attend, great. That would be awesome. I was going to go, and then I realized that, like, we were going to be going to Kentucky, like, or getting back from Kentucky the day before, and I didn't want to like roll immediately around and go stay in Houston for 4 days after that, so I decided not to go. Which makes me sad because I've missed the last couple of years, but there'll be more. Oh, you little jerk. Jiminy Christmas. So it's funny, these two things are a little iconic. Like in every Cantina set, they make these two things. I think it's funny. They put them on the end. It's like, yep, it's not the Cantina unless you got those two things at the end. Oh, you're gonna make 3 of them. All right, 9 o'clock, and I'm just about done. I'm wrapping up these last few pieces, and then we'll call it. So, yeah, I'll be back on Sunday, regular time, 10 a.m. Make sure I got all these. We're good. Get it set to build along if you can. Oh, what a set of directions right here. It's so small, but you gotta put that flip thing over there. Yep, it's gotta make all the bar stuff look like that. It's like a big chemistry set. It's like this bartender is actually a chemist. He's brewing his own moonshine and gin and beer. And then Luke just walks in with his stupid droids and says, "I'll have one of those." Want a what, kid? You want one of what? Don't just point. Give me some direction. Dumb kid. You can tell the guy who played the bartender in the movie, I think he was just like somebody they found on the street or something, because his voice was dubbed, first of all. And I don't know, so I don't know if it was him. But then like he looked at the camera, you know, you're like, okay. And oh my goodness, look at all the spare pieces. Like for real, yo. That's a lot of spare pieces. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. I mean, it looks all right. So I think we're good. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me while I did this build. Hopefully I will just leave everything as is. So there's your bar. There's your figures. There's the speeder. I'm going to go walk a dog now. Huh. Travis, your timing is impeccable. Yeah, this bar is pretty cool. It's pretty neat. It's just a big old chemistry set. I love it. And with like the door that closes on the bar, it's a pretty good little bit there. Yeah, thanks for being here, everybody. I will be back on Sunday with more of this building. So I'll see you Sunday at 10 a.m. Grab a coffee. We'll get through 3 or 4 more bags probably, and we'll go from there. So have a good weekend. Stay safe. Be well. You know, tell people about the channel. Tell people about the Discord and Instagram in the description. Come over and chat. Come hang out. We'll talk beer. We'll talk Star Wars. We'll talk Marvel. We'll talk Lego. Whatever you want to talk about. So take care. We'll talk to you later.